Hello everyone, we're heading into the Fist Train to Protect level 4, so the hard version for Tifa's Master Crowns. Going for all missions, and we're not using Tidus's Garb or the limited killer Materia. So there is a bit of RNG involved with this in several ways. One, if the boss decides to do all physical attacks, this team can't handle all physical attacks. But other than that, the team should survive easy enough. The other issue is variance. So I think it's on the higher end of variance that this team works, maybe mid end. I know low end definitely doesn't work, but it is possible. So the missions are no continuous, no death, and 5 turns. So essentially we go for a 4-turn kill. So up first we have Biggs and Wedge. They're here to tag chain on kill on turn 4 to help build the modifier up. They're also going to magic cover for us. So for them, I gave them Nyx's Dagger, Fire Elemental Weapon, just helps build the chain score a little bit more. They have a bunch of defense and health as well. Yeti Combat Style for the double auto, and at least 100 wind resist. Up next is Sisney, so she needs to deal a decent amount of damage. So we have her built fairly decent. 300 Reaper Killer, 300 limit damage, and we have over 10,000 magic for her. And even if you could go stronger on her, even better. Reno is here for support, chaining, and breaking. So he is also 100% draw attacks, 100% evasion, and we gave him Nyx's Dagger so that he can fire chain with Sisney. So he has a whole 50 Reaper Killer. He's not dealing much damage himself. But the big thing is full evade, full draw attacks on him. And then we have Sonin. So he does a killer buff to the party and also is the 3rd highest damage unit. So need to build him fairly decent as well. So we have 300 Reaper, 300 limit damage on him, and just under 10,000 attack. Also, everybody is sleep immune on the party, so Sonin gets it from the earring. We have Discernment on Reno for that. Sisney just naturally has, and then we have the Winged Heart for Biggs and Wedge. And then the last unit is Tifa. So Tifa gets sleep immunity from the Esper of Tetra, so we didn't have to worry about gearing. And because mine's already run through and has the extra chain cap, I built her double hand, so the extra chain does not matter. And you need to have used 2 of the Master Crowns on her shifted form for this to work as well. So in the base, just attacking killers. So 300 Reaper there. And I do believe if you do the long clear and get her bonus chain cap for no continues, the do wield build will out damage this double hand build. And I did make sure that she had full chain cap with the Materia and the Clash Helm. And then in the shift, it's pretty much the same gear. We just went full limit damage. So 300 Reaper and 300 limit damage there. And then the last thing to note is take in at least 2 elixirs. So Biggs and Wedge, depending on what the boss decides to do, might take a lot of damage, might not. But their actions for turns 2 and 3 are either use an elixir or just guard. So 2 elixirs are needed as well, just in case. But that's the team, and now we'll jump into the fight. Alright, Biggs and Wedge. Turn 1, bolt cooldowns. We need cover and mitigation. For Sisney, we need to Mirage and double burning. Reno, Pyramid's Peak, and then double mirror. Sonin cooldown and double SR. And Tifa, unbridled and double SR. Get them chained up. Alright, Biggs and Wedge didn't take much damage, so they can guard. Otherwise, their action is to elixir themselves. For turn 2, Sisney, we're going to Mirage and then double Elusive Fire. Reno is just going to triple bolting. Sonin does limit, and Tifa's going to shift and limit. Alright, Biggs and Wedge aren't that hurt, but we're going to Elixir anyway. Their actions for turn 2 and 3 are Elixir or Guard, Self. For everybody else, we're going to set up for a Burst. So Sisney is going to Mirage. We're going to Frontline and Funeral Pyre. Reno does Limit. Sonin is just going to triple SR. And then Tifa, we need to fill Limit and double SR. Alright, so Biggs and Wedge auto attack. Sisney does super. Reno, we're just going to triple bolting. Sonin does super, and Tifa does a limit. So we're going to start the chain with Biggs just to build up the modifier. And send everybody else. And there we go. So that's all missions done. Tifa carry without using Tidus's Garb or the limited killer materia. There is probably a lot of variance and RNG still involved. So this definitely isn't going to work 100% of the time, but it definitely does work sometimes. But we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.